Hello and welcome! This is my wonderful husband, Quinton. You may recognize him from other videos. He helps me a lot behind the scenes as well. I wanted him to join me for a video to talk about Halloween and to do some fun improvised ghost stories. This is me improvising the rules.
Keep it short, keep it sweet.
Do we build off of each other's, or is it one
classy.
singular story for a person?
I feel like it might be better if we interject on each other.
So we can interject.
One doesn't go off the rails and end abruptly.
And that's the end of the story.
And they all died at the end.
And they all died.
Goodbye.
It was a foggy afternoon when the Robertsons moved in to their new house in Connecticut.
As with any great horror story, it always starts off quiet and peaceful.
A few cacas in the background.
Yes, they're getting unpacked, everything's going great. They're getting the dishes hung up so that things can bang them around later. Spoilers. But they don't notice anything until one day they stumble upon what looks like a hidden door behind an old stove in the kitchen.
The new stove they bought wasn't working. They said, what the deuce? I hope this has a warranty on it. This is brand new. So they take the stove out. And that's when they find the hidden door. And the Robertsons consisted of 2 women and their son, Charlie.
Chaplain.
And you know, with any child in a horror story, they're real dumb.
Like,
So,
stupidly brave for no reason.
Charlie's mom, Molly, and Sandra tell Charlie, while we're out getting new appliances, just hang out, enjoy your time off before you go to school, but, you know, don't get into trouble.
And especially stay away from that thing we don't know much about yet until the person comes and looks at it that we hired.
The hole inspector.
The hole inspector.
So Sandra and Molly go off to look at some new appliances and inquire about this warranty because they are pissed.
They go to Sears even though it's dying.
They're going to Sears because it's dying and they want a good deal. But, in any case, you know what Charlie's gonna do because he's a big dum-dum. But he gets himself a flashlight. He gets himself some Windex because he figures I can clean and spray something in the face if I come across anything. So he opens up this door and look at that. Cobwebs everywhere. It smells kind of nasty, like combination of like rust and like earthy dust. And like when a heater turns on for the first time after a while, it smells like burning particles. That's kind of what it smells like.
And as he crawls into this space, he notices how dark and chilly it is, despite the rest of the house feeling so warm and comforting. He sees, as he's in there on the far corner, a little shelf with little trinkets on it. As he goes and investigates, he sees each trinket is a wedding ring.
And as he's touching these wedding rings, he gets to the last one on the furthest left. There's 7. And when he touches that one, it sears hot. And he has to drop it. And even though he tries to put it down, it keeps coming back into his hand. So he keeps flinging it away, and then he looks and it's there. And he flings it away, and then he looks and it's there. So he has a searing pain in his hand. So he crawls back out of the hole and tries to dunk it in some water, cool it down, but it still is always there. Until suddenly, his moms get back, and he drops it. It just lets him go.
Now he doesn't know how to explain this, and he does not want to tell his parents that he went in there by himself. So, he tries his best to cover the hole again so no one knows. But as he's doing it and he peers in the room one more time, he sees the ring is now magically back on the shelf. And he feels this creepy set of eyes that he can't see but he knows are there peering at him through this darkness.
So it's late one night. It's a couple months later. He's kind of forgotten about it. He wonders if it was even real. Was this real? It can't be because nothing's really happened.
And this is the first of many nights that he will come to remember for the rest of his life. You see, this is the first night that he truly became haunted.
So, what happened to Charlie? Well, he was snuggled up in his bed. It was the middle of summer. The window was open. A light breeze was coming across his face. And as he was feeling the slight breeze, it started to feel more tangible, more real. And he opens his lid, and there's a being floating above him, stroking his face. And her long, tenderly hair is just splayed out. And she's got like a ghostly dress that's just floating. And she's just stroking his face.
And once she sees him see her, she slams the covers into his face and holds him tight. And he's trying to scream and trying to breathe, but he can't do anything. And right as he feels like he's about to pass out, it stops. And he's afraid. He can't even get the cover off. He's not gonna look. And that was the first night.
And so, about another couple months go by. The same thing happens. Is this real? Was that a dream? Was it a living nightmare? What's going on? But the woman came to visit him again and again. And 1 week, she visited him every night. And so finally, his mom's asked, "Charlie, what's going on? It's the middle of summer. You should be having fun, playing with your new friends. But you look haggard. You look like you're 35 years old. And you're 12.
When he doesn't know how to explain this to his parents, so he says that he's having trouble with someone in his life. And they scare him, and he doesn't know what to do. And his mother, not knowing the situation, says, you should try to talk to them nicely and try to hear their side of the story and why they're picking on you. And then talk to a teacher. And so, that night, when the woman visits him, he tries to talk to her. Why are you... She pauses. She doesn't know how to answer the question. She starts crying. And she talks about how she used to have a son who always disappointed her. And her biggest regret was not punishing him more in his childhood because he turned out to be a shitty human being. And so she was taking it out on him, trying to make him better.
And he asks, "What boy?" And she says, "Well, you didn't listen to your moms. They told you not to go down there. They told you to leave it be. So I'm gonna kill you."
And he said, "I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I did not mean to disrupt your objects. And I did not mean to disappoint my parents."
And she says, Let me think about this. And floats away.
And much to his surprise, that was the last sighting of her he ever had. When they pulled the stove out years later, when they were moving to their new house, there was no door.
There was no door.
Was it a dream? Or was it a nightmare? Find out next time on
That's up for you to
Banana
decide.
Ham Show.
That was a really good story. Thank you for joining us for this special Halloween episode. If you have any fun stories you want to share with us, comment down below or follow us on the Instagrams or the Tweeters. I mean, I want to hear your spooky stories any time of year, so even if it's after Halloween, let me know.
We want to hear your ghost stories, your toast stories, and your food stories.
All right, and we'll see you later. Bye.